Shalom, dear friends. Today we're at a very special place, the oldest Jewish cemetery in Europe, the cemetery Heiliger Sand in Worms, in the city of Worms. The city of Worms used to be a major Jewish center in the Middle Ages. Here used to live Rashi, one of the most famous commentators of the Torah. Here he used to have his yeshiva here, and also his mikvah still stands. His synagogue was also here, but it was destroyed by the Nazis during the Reichskristallnacht. Here in the Jewish cemetery, a lot of big tzaddikim, a lot of great rabbis are buried, awaiting the coming of Mashiach. We're going to show you one of the most famous graves a little bit later. Probably one of the most prominent personalities who are buried in this cemetery is Rabbi Meir of Rothenburg, or so famous Maharam MiRothenburg. He was the leader of European Jewry in his generation. He was a great Torah scholar. He was the teacher of Rabbi Asher, the Rosh, and so far he has influence over the whole halacha after him. His story is a little bit maybe tragical. He decided at one point to move to Eretz Israel to make an aliyah, and he made it to Italy, southern, several hundred kilometers, but unfortunately there he was recognized by some people from the church, and they reported on him to the German emperor at those times, the Emperor Rudolf, who got him arrested, and he put him into a dungeon in a castle. He was holding him hostage, and he wanted an exorbitant sum of money for his release, and the Jews were willing to pay this great sum of money, but the rabbi refused. He said, this would be a precedent. If you pay for me, and they're going to start arresting people, they're going to start abducting more rabbis to pay them even more. So until the end of his life, for 10 years he was in prison. He stayed in prison. He was still teaching and writing Torah books, and he was teaching Torah, and he died in prison. And several years later, a Jewish businessman by the name of Alexander Winkfen released his body. He paid a great amount of money, of silver, like 20,000 pieces of silver for his body, and his body was released by the German emperor, and the body of the rabbi was buried in this place, in the Jewish cemetery of Worms. A little bit later, the businessman passed away, and he made to be buried next to him. So nowadays, both of their graves are next to each other. And people from all over the world come here to pray on this holy place. and leave pidyonim, leave notes with their names and the name of their beloved ones to ask for a blessing from the Rabbi who rests here. As we know that after the death, the soul of the tzaddik, the righteous person, is present in all worlds even more than during his lifetime. Here is the famous Judengasse, the Jewish streets. In the Middle Ages, here used to live all the Jews in the city, on this street. At the end of this street is the Rashi's synagogue. This here is the famous Rashi synagogue. It was built in 1034 and renovated in 1175 and stood until 1938. Then it was destroyed by the Nazis, and this here is restoration. This new building is made in the same form as the old one. It's a restoration, restored. It's a restored room. It looks like the way the old synagogue used to look like, with the chair of the Rabbi who was teaching the students Torah. This here is the mikvah, the ritual baths of the Rosh synagogue. This is the original building from the Middle Ages. Probably here Rashi himself went to a mikvah.